Hello everyone and thank you so much for tuning in to ChasingCinema.com's official YouTube channel. I'm your host Jacob Tiranno and today I'm going to be reviewing John Wick Chapter 2. Now as you can see, Mr. James Shue not here with me though. He's in here. He's actually at Town Square. I am leaving town this weekend, so I'm not at the premiere that we usually do every Thursday, and I'm not going to be around, so I have to fill this solo. But I hope you guys like me enough to where you could just watch me by myself. Really quick, if you've not seen him, go check out. I reviewed Lego Batman with Josh Bell, and also reviewed 50 Shades Darker. So click that white eye, you see a bunch of links. You can click on any of them and find out what I've been talking about. So now let's move over to John Wick Chapter 2. Now John Wick was a movie that I, like pretty much everyone else, was really surprised with. I thought the movie was fun. I thought there was a lot of great action. I think the choreography, the fight choreography was really, really exciting. A lot of interesting things going on. And I think one thing that I really liked that a lot of people didn't comment on, well, that's not true. A lot of people did, but I think one thing I liked more than a lot of people, because it was probably my favorite part, was this world building. These services that John Wick was in tap to. This resort hotel that is basically like this truth ground for assassins. I thought that was all really, really fun, and I was really excited to see that we were able to get another John Wick. Now, John Wick Chapter 2 is a really solid movie. I think I enjoyed the first one better. And I don't think that's surprising him, but I'm not saying this movie is... I mean, this movie's not bad. This is a solid addition. I think it's a solid number 2. I think it's a solid sequel. This movie's getting rave reviews. I think it's at like a 96 right now, % on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't think I'd like it that strongly, but I do think this is still quite good. I think what happens here is that we have a too long of movie. 2 hours and 2 minutes. I think John Wick would work much better. Cut about 30 minutes of it. Make it quick, tight, and fast. I also felt that the story was kind of weak here. I wasn't invested in this man's revenge journey. I wasn't as interested as when it was a revenge journey for this guy. In this movie, John Wick finds out that he has this huge bounty on his head, and he has to return to this criminal underworld to kind of repay this debt. And, I mean, it was interesting, and the action's great. I mean, the first 10 minutes are really, really cool. Really solid. I think my favorite part about the movie, and, the action is good along the way. However, I wasn't, in love with it. When there was action, I was in, and stuff is gruesome. It is even kind of cold. But, I mean, it is in your face. It is no holds barred. So if that's what you liked about John Wick, you're going to like John Wick 2. But I will say, like I said, the story was not as sufficient to me. And it was enough for me to be like, okay, this is good. Okay. And I just was kind of like, we could have made this so much more tighter. We could have made this a little bit cleaner, and we would have had a far more effective film. Again, still not a bad movie, just minor things. It wasn't an awful story, just not as good. Another thing I'd like to point out was that the choreography here, though still has some really great moments, fight choreography, things get kind of repetitive. Like in the first movie, I thought he was doing a lot more stuff. A lot more stunts, a lot more hand-to-hand combat type stuff, like jiu-jitsu. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but kind of like jiu-jitsu and martial arts type stuff. In this movie, John Wick pretty much has 2 moves. I mean, he's still punching dudes, but pretty much every guy, if you've not seen the movie yet, and you go see it, just take a count, or try to, because pretty much every dude John Wick fights, he goes, and he flips him over, he does like a hip toss, right, or an arm toss. Technically a hip toss, no? I don't know. All my fighting experts will let me know down in the comment section, but basically he's some sort of hip toss or rolls him over, and then either puts him in like an arm bar or kind of wraps up their arm and their head and shoots him. But I mean, every guy flips over him, and I'm just like, man, he did that a lot this movie. I was trying to keep count. It was at least 7. I was like, jeez. They're so repetitive to the point I could point it out, too, I mean, I'm sure John Wick did it, numerous times in the first movie, but it felt really, really repetitive here. Another good thing about this movie is you have some really good side characters. You have Ian McShane. Common, I thought was really good in this movie. Lauren Fishburne has a little moment. But him and Common have this really great chemistry in this movie, and they have a really awesome knife fight later in the movie, and I was like, wow, this is some powerful stuff. The ending of the film kind of pulls a Lady from Shanghai, where we're in kind of a fun house type, mirrors everywhere type stuff. And though I thought it was really cool because the mirrors could be moved and like other things, it did go on a little bit long, like the entire movie, right? Like we just could have cut and made this so much more effective. But I think you'll laugh. I think you'll have a great time action-wise because there's some solid humor. Not a lot, but there is some great action. It's a good time, and it's better than 50 Shades Darker. However, it is not as good as the Lego Batman. And you could see what I had to say about Lego Batman. I'm joined by Josh Bell, Las Vegas Weekly. Trust me, you're going to want to check that movie out. I don't care how old you are. If you're 6 or 60, 9 or 90, you're going to love the Lego Batman movie. It is fun, full of action, great humor. Make sure to go check it out. But that's going to be my review of John Wick Chapter 2. You could go on ChasingCinema.com to see my full rating. Next week, we have The Great Wall and some other fun stuff. I can't think of off the top of my head. Oh, I think Fist Fight and The Cure for Wellness, all next week. So make sure to tune in to ChasingCinema.com then to see what we have to say. Again, click those whitish for all the links. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss any videos or reviews that we do here on ChasingCinema.com. My name is Jacob Tiranno, and please continue Chasing Cinema.